Oh, that tastes so sweet, doesn't it? Good morning, Vikings fans. This is Justin in Rochester with Purple and Gold for Days. And I'll just say, Feliz Navidad. And if you know, well, you know. Minnesota Vikings defeat the Chicago Bears to complete their regular season at 13 wins and 4 losses. And who would have thought that under Kevin O'Connell for the first season would have had 13 victories? Certainly not me. In fact, nobody did. Not even Paul Allen did. And you know what? It is just delicious. It is absolutely delicious. The Vikings are heading to the playoffs. They'll play the New York Giants this coming Sunday at 3:25 Central Time. But we got a game to review. And was there anything else this weekend that happened? Oh, yes, there was. But I'll just let the late, great Cesar Romero do the talking.
Oh, how delicious it is!
The Minnesota Vikings defeated the Chicago Bears 29-13. Like the score really matters. They were playing a junior varsity team. Kevin O'Connell decided to play his starters. Now, I had said on record a couple times that was a mistake, that I didn't want to take the chance, but as my compatriot Mike Castellino said, as well as many others, Rap included, let's get the starters out there for a quarter or a half to get back in rhythm. And while, again, it was against a depleted Chicago Bears that no longer has Khalil Mack or Akeem Hicks, maybe that's why the offensive line looked a little bit better. Bottom line is this, but for a Dalvin Cook fumble and but for the Chinese fire drill at the end of the first half, the Vikings played an almost perfect first half on offense and not too shabby on defense either. But I'm going to say this. Let's not get too haughty over what we saw yesterday. We got to focus on what's ahead because, as I said, they were playing a junior varsity team. Yes, the Vikings offensive line has been in shambles, and they've done more arranging with the offensive line than the deck chairs on the Titanic, but they look good, and that's all you can do. You can't control who you play. You can't control when you play them, and you can't control what situation the other team is in. All you can do is what you do. And the Vikings came out and showed that, hey, they've had some ups and downs, but we started the regular season with one rival and ended the regular season with another rival, and they were both double-digit wins. We got the New York Giants coming to town. We're going to have all kinds of content later this week, but for right now, congratulations to Kevin O'Connell. Most wins in Viking history for a first-year head coach. Congratulations to Kirk Cousins, showing us how clutch you can be. And oh, by the way, congratulations to Justin Jefferson. No, you didn't get Calvin Johnson's record, but so what? After 3 seasons, you've got more yards than any receiver in NFL history. Congratulations all the way around. KJ Osborne looked great yesterday, and in my opinion, he should be the number 2 wide receiver. With all due respect to our boy Adam Thielen, yes, Thielen should be on the field for all third downs and all red zone snaps, but barring that, KJ Osborne should be the number 2 wide receiver. And yes, I know, again, it was against Chicago, but look what he's done the last 3 weeks and tell me that he hasn't been half as productive as Adam Thielen's entire season. That being said, defense rested some key starters. Obviously, Harrison Smith came down with a little injury on Friday, so they rested him. Zadarius Smith, I hope he's not too pissed off that he was a couple sacks away from getting some incentive money, but it was the right call. Zadarius Smith needed to rest to get that tank filled up for this playoff run we're about to go on. What else happened this weekend? I don't remember. Oh, yes, the Detroit Lions beat the Green Bay Packers. If you haven't seen the deliciousness, it's going to be right up there. Click on that when this video is done. Cesar Romero might make another appearance. Having said all that, congratulations to Seattle Sea Chickens. You traded away Russell Wilson, got a bunch of picks, and you got into the playoffs, and Denver is terrible. Hey, now that's called some sweet GM moves if there ever was one. Last but not least, congratulations to Kwesi Adolfo-Menso. You are the general manager of the Minnesota Vikings, who went from a mediocre team that couldn't figure out a way to win close games to a team that is now the 3 seed and, frankly, has a very good opportunity to make some noise in these playoffs. Yes, you got the Giants, and we're kind of hoping that the Sea Chickens take out the 49ers. But if they don't, I feel a little bit better this week than I have been. And I've said it since week 5 that the team that scares me the most is San Francisco 49ers. But they just looked kind of mediocre yesterday, and I know they might not have been playing at full strength. But I think this Vikings team, again, assuming it's past the Giants, See, that's the thing about being fans. We can look forward. The players don't. But I do think that they actually have a chance to go on a run here. I honestly do. I've never felt this way about a Vikings team since 1998. Yes, I don't think this team is better than 2009, but I actually feel better about its prospects because they're going to go into this with a little bit of momentum that they gained yesterday. They're actually going to be playing in wild card round, so they're not going to be sitting out like they did in 2009. They're not going to have to wonder, how do we get our rhythm back? They got the rhythm back yesterday. An absolutely phenomenal performance. I didn't think they were ever going to punt. This joker, Kevin O'Connell, didn't punt all day, and then he sends the punter out like he's going to punt, and then he has him come up like he's going to actually take a snap. Come on, dude. You just trolling people now. But you know what? To the victor go the spoils. Kevin O'Connell, you can do whatever you want. Just don't outsmart yourself next week as you have a couple times. Bottom line is this. Minnesota Vikings, you have won this division, and you are in the playoffs. And you're the only team from the NFC North that is. Congratulations to the teams that make the playoffs. Couple of keynotes. Alexander Mattison, again, albeit against the Bears, looked really, really good yesterday. And in my opinion, it should not be a 75-25 with Dalvin Cook taking the load. It should be about a 55-45. Alexander Mattison hits the hole harder. No, he doesn't have the speed that Dalvin Cook does, nor the shiftiness. But goal line should now be what Robert Smith and Leroy Horde were, where Robert Smith had the balls between the 20s, and in the red zone, on the goal line, it was Leroy. If you need 5 yards, I'll get you 3. If you need 1 yard, I'll get you 3. Horde. That's what Alexander Mattison needs to be. He needs to be the goal line back at this point. This offensive line, reconfigured, shuffling the deck, all those good things. But I like what I saw from Alexander Mattison. I like what I saw, as I mentioned, from KJ Osborne. Welcome back, Irv Smith. You still drop passes, but hey, it's your first game back, so we'll let that one slide. Hopefully, the integration of Irv Smith along with TJ Hawkinson in these 2 tight end sets will be something the Vikings opponents haven't seen all that much because, again, let's not call Johnny Munt a legitimate pass catcher. And, oh, by the way, bacon and eggs, CJ Ham. Maybe we need to put this guy in as a tight end instead of Irv Smith. I don't know. He didn't just catch 4 passes for 7 yards on a couple of dump offs. He legitimately got a bunch of first downs. I know. It's the Chicago Bears, and we're stepping up in class against the New York Giants. But at the end of the day, I'll take my chances at home against a quarterback making his playoff debut on the road. And, oh, it's so delicious. The taste of victory. It tastes so good. Seeing the Packers lose on their home field. Maybe Aaron Rodgers has played his last game. And if he did, or at least his last game with the Packers, Mr. I'm not going to be like Brett Favre is now playing the will I or won't I retire game just like Brett Favre. And his last pass as a Packer could be an interception like Brett Favre. For now, keep it tuned to Purple and Gold for days. We'll have content all throughout the week. I've got my live show with Mike and Kyla tonight over on the Purple Code and this channel. We'll also have my live show tomorrow with Dave on this channel and all kinds of content throughout the week, as I mentioned. Thanks kindly for joining me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Skol Vikes. You're in the playoffs. 13 wins. That's more wins than 2009 had. Just saying.